tonight on Newsbeat. A new bill requiring students to repay their top scholarship is in motion. Women's soccer player Riley Kuper shares her experience battling Hodgkin's lymphoma. And a live interview with the director of student entertainment in charge of this year's Groovin Concert. All this and more, your Newsbeat, starting now. Welcome to your Wednesday's Newsbeat. I'm Mila Fair.
And I'm Cassidy Taylor. Thanks for tuning in. The House Education Committee proposed a bill that would force students who earn top scholarships to repay money to the state if they lose eligibility. This bill will only apply to students who graduate high school during or after their 2025-2026 school year. Some ways students can lose out on their top scholarships include failure to keep a 2.3 to 2.5 GPA in any semester, as well as failing to earn enough credits. If passed, the Board of Regents would have to figure out a way to collect repayments plus interest and construct plans regarding exemptions to the bill.
And highlighting LSU's education system, one professor shares his passion for rocks and riffs. Reporter Peter Abenbosch takes a deeper look.
Everyone loves a good story, whether it's the sitcom, the rom-com, even superhero movies, or a horror story. But rocks, well, yes, they have a story of their own. And here at Howie Russell, we have a professor that wants to unveil all of its secrets.
Matthew Locke, a Texas native, researches and teaches geology at LSU. He classifies himself as a general geologist with a range of skill sets in the subject.
So I do field work. I work on sediments. I work on hard rocks. I work on planetary science.
He fell in love with the subject when he took a geology class at the University of Houston. In his first class, the professor handed him a chondrite meteorite that was older than the Earth. After the class, he rushed to switch his major from business to geology immediately.
And I had also been doing music.
Wait, music? Yes, music plays a big role in Matthew's life. He's played percussion, drums, guitar, and other string instruments. He did jazz band and orchestra in high school, and he's been a part of 6 bands with friends growing up. He even did one with his brother. Like geology, he says that the science behind being in a group is to create something unique and larger than the group itself.
I was in punk rock bands. I was in metal bands. I was in bands that I don't know if you could put a genre on it.
Though he didn't pursue music, his research in geology is still in tune. He says he wishes more students would pursue this career, as it can help with human bonds with the environment or understand the minerals needed for a healthy lifestyle. For Locke, this passion isn't something to give up, but something you consume with a rift of emotions. When he interprets the story of a rock, he continues to write his own story.
It's like the bug bit me, and ever since I've never thought about doing anything else, really.
That's amazing, yeah.
For Tiger TV, I'm Peter Optenbosch.
And I don't know about you, Cass, but I'm so interested in rocks more than I've ever been in my entire life.
Honestly, me too. I feel like being able to determine a rock's age just by looking at it is honestly so crazy to me. If researching rocks sounds exciting to you, Professor Locke teaches Geology 1002, Physics 1001, and Analytic Methods.
And if you're looking to up your reading game and maybe even find a book about rocks, you're in luck. Reporter Addison Gonzalez is here in studio with more. Addison?
Thanks, guys. Tomorrow, the Friends of the LSU Library's Book Barn is hosting the annual Spring Book Bazaar. The bazaar is held in the Coliseum, where more than 70,000 locally donated books can be purchased for as low as 50 cents, and profits go to the supporting of our funding of our very own LSU libraries. The entire year is spent collecting thousands of books of every genre at the Book Barn. Volunteers spend the week prior to the date sorting books by category, just like in a real library. Returning volunteers like Georgine Jones say that the spring event is a community staple that draws book lovers in year after year.
It's great. We love to see families coming in with their children, and looking at the line outside the door before we open, everybody is so excited to come in and shop. And we're excited to be able to offer them all these books.
It's happening from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow, so make sure to head to the Coliseum and get some books and support our libraries.
Then during spring
and don't go anywhere, because next at 5, we're taking a closer look into the life of women's Hodgkin player Riley Kuper.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love. You're mine.
And you may have noticed the green ribbons that me and Cass are wearing tonight. It represents lymphoma awareness. One of LSU's women's soccer players isn't letting this diagnosis define her. I talked to Riley Kuper for her first sit-down interview to hear her story firsthand. For LSU's newest goalkeeper, the biggest save of her life isn't on the field. Just 3 months into her freshman season at LSU, Riley Kuper got a diagnosis that is changing everything. What were the steps that took you to figure out something's not right and I need to go get something checked?
So I've always itched my skin, which I did that all last fall. So that was definitely newer. We just thought it was dry skin. And then during spring break, me and Amy were driving back and I found a lump on my neck. And I was scared because I had a lump in my boob from December, but that was just fibrosis. So we ended up getting it ultrasounded and then we got a biopsy and it came back positive for lymphoma.
Now, just 7 days after finding out, she's facing a new opponent off the field. Hodgkin's lymphoma, a cancer she says was discovered first as a lump above her heart.
Whenever I first found my diagnosis, I was looking online and I wanted to see someone go through it the whole time. And I think that sometimes people can either sugarcoat things or make things look worse than they are. So I just want to be on social media, be online and be this is absolutely what it's like for me.
And Riley's not going through this alone. Her story is reaching millions online while her LSU soccer family rallies around her, showing her support on and off the field.
It's inspiring. Every day I see her and she's smiling, she's happy, and I'm just wow, I should be so much more grateful for all my things in life that I have, because she's been going through such a hard thing, and I have no excuses at this point. Sorry, I'm gonna cry.
In just a few months, Riley has already made an impact on this team. Now she's hoping her story makes a bigger impact beyond the game, facing lymphoma head on, proving that the biggest battles don't happen on the field. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Mila Fair. And Riley has already undergone her biopsy and received her results, with her next steps including chemotherapy as well as radiation treatment. Now, during the entire process, she was incredibly open with me and strong and incredibly positive with our time together. So, of course, I'm wishing Riley all the best in her next chapter.
Crowds packed the streets of Ponchatoula over the weekend for one of Louisiana's biggest spring traditions, the Strawberry Festival, bringing together strawberries, small businesses, and thousands of visitors from across the region. The festival brought people in from all over to experience everything Ponchatoula has to offer. Families spent the day enjoying fresh strawberries, desserts, live music, carnival rides, and rows of local vendors spread throughout the festival. And after walking through the booths, it's clear how much this event means for local farmers and small businesses that depend on the attention it brings each year. One of those vendors is Louisa-Land, a family farm carrying on a multi-generation farming tradition.
The Strawberry Festival is a lot of out-of-town people that wouldn't normally get to buy our produce or buy our strawberries. So having the Strawberry Festival for us is so beneficial. We're able to really move a lot of berries in a short amount of time.
If you want to support local farms, Louisa-Land says they're open through the end of April, and you can visit them in Amite, Louisiana, Monday through Friday to pick your own strawberries.
And after the break, Groovin 2026 is right around the corner. Stay tuned for more. No.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love.
You're mine.
Welcome back. I'm Gracie Guillot. Today we're joined with Student Government Director of Entertainment, Larson Melton, to discuss all things Groovin. Thank you for joining me, Larson.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I know this is something that students look forward to every spring semester. It kind of closes out the year. Why is this tradition so special to keep around?
Student government works in all capacities to serve the student body, and part of that, of course, is academics and initiatives, but also having a little fun, so we love tying up the year with Groovin.
Absolutely, and I know y'all released the artists that will be performing this Monday, but if people missed it, do you want to share those?
Yep, so our opener is going to be Haas Sizzle, and our co-headliners are Mona Leo and Friday.
And I know people are really excited, but there are some requirements for LSU students if they want to attend, if you don't mind sharing those for the audience.
Yes, so you have to have a 2.5 GPA and enrolled as a full-time student at LSU. However, we do have a ticket appeal system, so you can go to the SG bio and appeal a ticket and get to have a little Groovin experience too.
Absolutely. And for those that can attend, when, where, and how can people get tickets?
So in the LSU SG bio as well, LSU_SG on Instagram, you can go in there and get your ticket. You can select whether you or not you want a floor seat or upper room, and then the morning of the concert, your ticket will appear.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Larson. I know people are looking forward to it. If you're interested in supporting LSU student government while also getting some great entertainment, Groovin is taking place next Thursday on April 23rd at the PMAG. Back to you guys at the desk.
And thank you so much, Gracie. And I don't know about you, but I'm so excited for Groovin. But that's all the time that we have for tonight's Newsbeat. To keep up to date on all things LSU sports and news, follow us on social media at LSU Tiger TV.
And be sure to tune in to our live broadcast every Monday through Thursday, live at 5.
Until next time, I'm Mila Fair.
And I'm Cassidy Taylor. Have a great night.